Michelle here from Crafty Flutterby Creations. Today I'm going to show you a fun cable technique where you use alternating colors of yarn, but only one of them shows in the cables. The first time I used this was in the Dunalatair pattern that's in the background. This was the first mystery knit along that I did, and it started on New Year's Eve of January 2018. And then I used it again in this Pendean shawl in Destination yarn, which was not a mystery knit along, but it was super fun to do. And now it's also in Warwick Reflections, and it's going to be in my mystery knit along called In the Rough, starting on Labor Day, September 3rd, 2018. And for that mystery knit along, I've created this gauge swatch, and with the mystery knit along you will get this gauge chart, or this gauge chart is also available separately if you would like to just practice this technique and knit along with me. So the key is not to overthink it. You knit the cable rows in the color of the cable. In this case it's the main color, or color 1, as normal. Knit the cables, cross the cables, purl them on the wrong side row. The trick comes when you get to color 2, which in this case is this beautiful white speckly yarn. And in the contrasting color, which is not the cable, you simply switch the cables stitches from the right needle to the left needle. On the right side rows you do this with the yarn held in back, and on the wrong side rows you do this with the yarn held in front. And then you continue to work the next stitches. For this swatch, so that it will coordinate with the mystery knit along, I'm doing a reverse stockinette, which means on the right side, in between the cables, it looks like a purl. In the other patterns where I've used this technique, it's been garter, where every row is knit. For this pattern I decided to change it up a bit with the reverse stockinette, which helps the cables to pop even more. And now I will show you what that looks like if you knit English, which is yarn held in your right hand. My default is Continental, which is working yarn held in your left hand. Also, before I showed you how you can just push it through the needle and slip all 4 at once. That's one possibility. Putting them back on just so I can show you. You can slip them one at a time too. That can help make sure that you have a better gap. And then you work the next, let's see. Since we're doing English, we need to bring the yarn to the front, ready to purl the next stitch. Alright, now I'm switching back to Continental so that I can get to the wrong side row to show you what that looks like a little faster. And then I can also show you what it looks like on the back side. So you want to make sure that you spread your stitches out enough so that they're not any more pinched together than they need to be, because this can pinch in the row if you do them too tightly. So you can see on the wrong side we have these little lines where the color that is not the cables was slipped. And I will show you how to slip that with the yarn held in front, Continental style, and then my best attempt at English knitting. There is no right or wrong way to knit. Different techniques work for different people. So I brought the yarn to the front because I was knitting. Now I'll slip them one at a time. 4 stitches in this case. Bring the yarn to the back because I'm about to knit. Knit the next stitch and just check that the yarn there will pull the right width of the stitches and that they're not all scrunched together, because we don't want it to gather in. I really love how this makes the cables pop and show up much better than when they're just in the stockinette pattern. where they appear to be knit on the front side. Alright, now let's try English. Yarn held in the right. So we need to bring the yarn to the front so that it's in the front when we are ready to work the next stitch, and we can slip them one at a time or 2 and 2. Give it a little tug, make sure they're nicely spread out. Move the yarn to the back, ready to work the next knit stitch. And there we go. And that's what it looks like. And even after you work that first stitch, you could also check then that the stitches are spread out. Give them a little tug because there's still room to play there. And if you loosen them too much, you can tighten it back up. And that's how that works. If you're interested in learning to cable without a cable needle, that was the last Tip Tuesday that I did. And for the next Tip Tuesday, I will be showing you some chart tips that I have, like highlighter tape and highlighting stitches and things of that nature. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting! Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Tip Tuesday videos. Bye!